everybody, and welcome to the Forgotten Horror channel. So, we've been away for a week because this time last week we were at the Weekend of the Dead.
In Manchester.
We were.
At the Inside Hotel in Manchester. And it was our first, and then sadly we learnt that it was the last one they were ever going to do.
Yeah, the very last one.
So, as usual,
we were late to the party.
We thought, we'll not spend money. We'll just go for, because it's our first time, we didn't know what to expect. Then we found out it was the very, very last one through one of the organisers we got talking to. And we thought, fuck it. This is going to be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to meet the George A Romero zombies from some of his films. And I must admit, it was a much smaller gig than we used to. We didn't know what we were expecting. We walked in and it was so intimate. It was so personal. I was like, we never got any video footage because it just felt wrong.
It didn't
feel right. Because you walked in and there was a guy taking put our wristbands on us. Yeah. We had our names ticked off because everybody who bought the tickets had the names on the list. If you're not on the list, you can't get in. But we were on the list because I thought that was only for the VIPs. But no, we were on the list. So straight away, there was a tattoo artist who did some amazing stuff. Jilly bought one of his T-shirts, which I've got his card somewhere. I might have to put it in the editing. But he was amazing. And his work is spectacular. So we went past him down a small corridor, and there was a few other stalls there as well. Killian H. Go, Brian, whose name's not Brian, but we have a laugh calling him Brian. He does the books. I've got a book there of Halloween from Killian H. Go. He was there, and a couple of us, and then we sort of just went into a room, didn't we? And it was like a biggish sort of room, wasn't it? And all the guests were just sat there.
Oh, I know, but it was really intimate though.
And it wasn't like when I say big room, it was a first size room like you'd have like a function in, but
yeah,
it was not like a massive hall like Horror Corner for the Love of Horror or
it's all not
stars this way and all that.
No.
They were just all around the room at the desk, and they were all nicely spaced out. They were all just right there for me and Julia away, and they were all smiling. I thought, oh my God.
Yeah.
I thought if I walked in there with a camera and stuff trying to...
Yeah, it just felt wrong.
It just felt a bit wrong. So we never got any footage. However, we met the most nicest people ever, didn't we?
Well, yeah, I don't know whether we're just extremely lucky or what, but... We always end up with the nicest people, don't we?
Yeah, we've been really, really lucky. So, what it is, the Weekend of the Dead is put on by the George Romero Foundation. Shout out to them, Marcus and crew. They put on an amazing gig. I mean, it was on for Saturday and Sunday. We went on the Sunday because it'd be quieter, obviously, because of Armia. So we went Sunday, and it was quiet, wasn't it? There was a few people there, but it was really, really quiet. So we walked in. First of all, there was guests from...
I think we should show, though.
Well, show the poster, because Julie bought the poster.
So, obviously, because this is an event that we've never been to before.
And it's been going for a while, apparently.
Apparently, it's been going for, like, the last 10 years, hasn't it?
Where have we been living under a rock?
Like, wait, how did we not know about this? The George A Romero
Foundation
and
at HorrorCon. The first time I went to HorrorCon, I did spot them, and I was talking to them, and they mentioned something about it. Oh, it goes on in Manchester, but I didn't realise that there was like George Romero's stars of zombies are going to be there.
This is dedicated to the George A Romero movies, isn't it?
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, it's just about the George Romero.
I can show this,
but these were the stars that were there.
That's the poster.
So this was the programme. We bought a bag as well. So, I mean, there's one person that was missing. Howard Sherman, who played Bub, was supposed to be there, but for some reason he wasn't there. But Terry Alexander from Day of the Dead, the Harry Krishna Zombie, Big Daddy. Now, Billy Boy from Jolliffe Conroy from Day of the Dead, Marty Schiff from Dawn of the Dead. He was one of the bikers. There was Boyd Banks, who plays the butcher in Land of the Dead, and he was also in Jason X. There was Jennifer Baxter there, who played Number 9 from Land of the Dead, and the kid who was one of Cholo's guys in Land of the Dead. He was also in Diary of the Dead, and then there was the lead zombie from Day of the Dead as well. So there was quite a few people there. And yeah, our Mia, it was one soul mission for our Mia, and it was to meet Big Daddy, because ever since she was a little girl, her favourite film was Land of the Dead, and she loved Big Daddy. So, I mean, Mia must be psychic, because every time she wants to do something, it just so happens that these people are coming to town. You know what I mean?
Every time she goes,
oh, I'd like
to meet such and such.
I'd like to see such and such a buddy live. So I look on the internet, and then it just happens to be in a week or so they're coming. So she's a good omen like that.
Also, show that was
the program,
that they are.
So we bought a program which was very much in the old Fangoria format, and again it shows you. It talks some VTC old VHS stuff there right up my street, but it gives you the bios and stuff of all the people, and it shows you like snapshots of everybody who's been there over the years. I mean, I can't believe we missed this.
I can't believe we missed
Big
this.
Daddy.
Can you?
Yeah. Eugene Clark, Marty Schiff, he was with Tom Savini in the mall, in the Monroeville Mall, doing Dawn of the Dead. They have sets. Jennifer Baxter there as well. Mike Christopher, the Hare Krishna zombie. I mean, iconic, just iconic. And there's just loads of good stuff in there. And all about the gig as well. Marcus Lewis, that's the guy who, I think he's the head honcho.
He is, yeah. I'm sure he is.
And we were talking to his daughter for a bit.
Yeah, his daughter is lovely.
All the people there
so
were lovely. It was just unbelievable.
It was such an intimate con to go to.
Yeah, it was really, really, really nice. I mean, we got the itinerary on the back as well. I didn't realise we had the itinerary on the back, but 10 years it was going for, and this was the very, very last one.
It's a real shame, isn't it? Because they've stopped it now.
And they did talks as well. They talked about Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Land of the Dead,
all of it,
Survival of the Dead, and there was various props and stuff. I mean, I'm gonna put in some some pictures of people that we met and had selfies with.
I just want to show this,
but
babe as well.
Yeah.
So the George A Romero Foundation were there, weren't they?
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm sorry, but they had the best doll of George A Romero, like a plushie. And
you were gonna buy that, but we didn't know what was happening on the day, so.
Oh, this plushie of George A Romero was just the cutest thing ever.
Yeah.
But the foundation was selling stuff to raise money, and linking into this, so the tattoo artist was there. He was doing the saying they have for the George A. Romero Foundation, which is Stay Scared. So we bought a pin from the George A. Romero Foundation, but that's Stay Scared underneath. What you could do is you could go to the tattoo artist and
he would tattoo it.
Tattoo it on you, and it would just be a case of what size, really, or you would do the same style writing, but it was like thicker, thinner, whatever. But we got that from the George A. Romero Foundation. By the time I went back to them, though, that doll had gone, and I have to say, the doll was brilliant. Oh, and you know what was really lovely as well? The people who were there for the George A. Romero Foundation, they actually showed me a picture of George with the doll.
Oh yeah,
they got George with the doll.
Yeah, before,
and it was really, really lovely. And he was there with his doll, smiling away with his plushie. So they were saying though that those dolls had sold out.
Yeah,
they only had that one left.
Yeah.
I wish I'd
bought it. We went to this one of the stalls that we did buy off. It's 3D, third dimension props. They're on Etsy. There's the card. Now, one of the first things that I was drawn to was this little stand-up. This was the last one as well, because she'd obviously been there on the Saturday.
Yeah.
And sold out. So I was like, oh, I've got to have that one. And she's reasonably priced.
Oh, she knew she was really cheap.
Really reasonably priced. It wasn't like when you go to these cons, you expect to be stung a little bit for price, but at this, no.
But there wasn't loads of stalls though, was there?
But that is a nice standout. It's gonna go on me probably on me George Romero, because I have only got the George Romero zombies on display there anyway. So that's gonna go in the. I might do an Instagram post and showcasing Dawn of the Dead off with it.
Yeah, definitely.
With me things what I got. But we also picked up. I picked this. Fans of Dawn of the Dead will know this logo. It's the original Monroeville Mall, and to our disgust, we found out that they're actually tearing the Monroeville Mall down. I think it's in about 2 years or something like that, because they're going to have another. There's plans for another reunion before they bulldoze it, but bulldozing the Dawn of the Dead Mall is something I would never thought. I mean, one of my dreams would have been to go to the place. It's just not going to happen. But the fact that there is people who document the mall, and I love watching location videos, but I can't believe that. Then I picked up a coaster for my room.
Oh, look at this.
And there's Day of the Dead.
The Day of the Dead.
Absolutely.
And I mean, do you know what? If you want,
mix and match, wouldn't it? 3 for a tenner.
Going and getting stuff like this.
Yeah, because you mix and match 3 for £10, wouldn't it? So then Jill got.
I had to.
Jill got this for obviously Mr. Michael Myers, Bob. It could have been George Romero, actually. Put a ponytail on it, could it?
She did have George as a keyring, didn't she? And I said to you, oh, look at George as a keyring.
And then this was in the pound bargain bin. It's a fridge magnet now. I don't know what, that Strode Reality from Halloween again. So even we could never escape Halloween. But there you go. And obviously Jill's showing you the pin.
Yeah.
So that's all we picked up from the stores, because we weren't going to spend money, but
originally we weren't going to really spend money.
But we're liars, so
but we know we shouldn't say that,
because we found out it was the last one. We thought, all right.
So
this was off the tattoo. I am going to find his card, and I don't know why it's not here, but
okay. So this isn't related to George at all.
No, but this is what we were greeted with.
This is The Shining. But it was.
You just told everybody what it is before even showing it.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay. It was The Shining, because I love The Shining, and I just love Jack Nicholson. But The Shining itself is just amazing. And he was selling these T-shirts, and I could not leave that there. He did have I've got to buy that.
He did have a Return of the Living Dead T-shirt as well, which I was tempted by, with the punks on. It was a shame he didn't. He probably did have Dawn and Day of the Dead and Land of the Dead on the Saturday, but because we went on the Sunday, things have been
being sold
out a little bit. But that's a cool T-shirt. So, guests then. As you know, me and Jill aren't very, very big autograph hunters, or
we don't because we always pop up with them.
I know. So Mia wanted to meet Big Daddy. Now, Eugene Clark has been her favourite for a long, long time, and she wanted to meet Big Daddy. Now, I must admit, he gets dressed up and he gets into the role. And when I say to you he gets into the role, he gets into the role. Because you had to pay for selfies, but they weren't ridiculous. Probably about £15, something like £20 a selfie, something like that.
It was 15.
Depends on who the guests were. I think his was 30 for a selfie. But what Big Daddy does is he gets people on the selfie and they get the camera, and then he poses for a selfie, but he also makes them do a video.
As well.
And what he does is he howls and growls behind them. They don't realise it. He goes, "Ugh!" And he grabs them and he's wrestling them. And I tell you, and I thought at first, that would have been really cool for our Mia, but then I thought she's autistic and him grabbing her would have probably freaked her out a little bit. Even though, so we were like, just get. She paid for an autograph of him, and
can I say the man never ages?
oh no,
Like,
he's 70.
The guy is amazing.
He's 73 years of age now. That's him from a still in the film.
And he still looks like that.
That's him. That's Eugene Clark has obviously signed it to Mia. Eugene Clark. That's him there in the film 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And this is him today.
It just doesn't change.
With our Mia. Our Mia bought the professional photograph with him. So we're going to get that frame. But look at that. The guy doesn't age. I mean...
the guy's just not aged at all.
I mean, comparison.
I know, the guy's not aged at all.
There's the film.
And there's him now.
And there's him now.
Just not aged at all.
I
liked, you know what I did like? Was the way they knew the prop sets they did.
Oh yeah, yeah. They have a really good photo room. They had all the sets and props. Whichever zombie you were getting your picture taken, they changed the backdrop.
Yeah, they did.
They had Terry Alexander and John F. Conroy from Day of the Dead, Billy Boy and John. They had like the wooden setup where they get shoved into at the end. They had that for them. Or they had the Welcome to the Ritz where they were sat there having the Bahamas type
beer.
They
did.
So they were brilliant. We never got off because we ran out of money because we went for lunch and lunch was sort of extortionate. So we ran out of money for autographs, but we did get selfies. Jill loved talking to Terry Alexander and Jolliffe Conroy.
Oh, but so I've got to just say this. So that Jolliffe, so he was such a nice man, wasn't he? Was. But because the gig was so intimate, maybe you realise that my hair, right? So I've been doing hair modelling for Voodoo in Liverpool. So when I went to Weekend of the Dead, I had skulls all over my buzz cut. And basically, I'm standing there, and we're standing there, aren't we, chatting away to people like we do.
Yeah.
And Jolliffe walks past us and goes, "Oh, I love your hair. Your hair looks amazing." And starts chatting away, doesn't he?
Chatting away. I mean, these are the people growing up watching Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead, and Day of the Dead. I never thought as a kid I'd be talking to these people on the screen. And nostalgia really hit me more so than any other con because I grew up watching Day of the Dead. I was 12 when Day of the Dead came out, and I was so envious of my sister going watching it on the cinema because she was older, so she could get in to see it. But the fact that I was having such an intimate conversation with John and Billy Boy from Day of the Dead, it really blew my mind because I'm a massive fan of Day of the Dead.
Wasn't he lovely?
And they were both of them. We were talking about everything.
They were so
everything
lovely,
down, and they had all the time in the world because obviously it was so personal.
They were chatting away
in between people getting autographs and photo sign autographs and pictures, selfies with them.
What a conversation we had.
They were we had an amazing conversation with both of them about different things, but I told them that growing up they were like massive heroes of mine. I mean, forget Arnold Schwarzenegger and Stallone and all them. I was watching these guys and I mean,
it was lovely.
The dawn of the George Romero zombie films was a big part of my childhood. One of my first horror films was Dawn of the Dead, and I was obsessed with it. And then Day of the Dead come out, and I was equally as obsessed with that. So meeting these guys was just such a buzz. Anyway, one person that we met, and I didn't expect to, but we met Jennifer Baxter. She was lovely. Jennifer, she was the first person we actually started speaking. Well, the second person. We got Big Daddy out of the way for Army, and then she was just so lovely. She was just so down to earth. Yeah. And Jennifer Baxter played number 9 in Land of the Dead, and she was a beautiful woman, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was.
She was just a beautiful person inside and out.
She was so lovely, wasn't she?
She spent all the time. I've got a selfie with her. I'll put that in as well. And and she was laughing.
What was she? What was she like though? She said you walked in.
Yeah.
Because we walked in and like obviously my hair had skulls all over it.
And
and then Dave had his
I have my cowboy
hat on.
My cowboy from Hell hat on.
And then Mia right now she's got like colourful hair, hasn't she?
Yeah, all the colours of the rainbow.
And because again the gig's so like it's
So intimate.
Like we walked in and she said, she said, I just saw you three walk in and thought they're cool.
They're cool. She said, look at these three, they're cool.
She was like, I want to meet them three, never mind them meeting me.
Yeah, she said, I wanted to talk to you guys. And she goes, I didn't want, she goes, no, I should be having selfies with you guys because you three look really, really cool.
She
we were like,
cool, didn't
so
she?
that was Jennifer. I mean, she was lovely. I mean, we spent, I mean, this is probably the longest time we'd spent with anybody, wouldn't we? We spent ages talking to, because they weren't rushed, and we just spent ages talking about the business. We talked about life, family, jobs.
You know Terry.
It was just amazing talking to all of them that we met. It was just unbelievable.
Well, you know Terry. When I was talking to him, babe, and he was so lovely, and I was asking him about like what it was like in his memories and stuff. What made me laugh was when I asked him about his memories.
What's his favourite memory of Day of the Dead?
He said, it's not what you think it's gonna be. Apparently, when they were doing that film, he got to meet Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy turned up on set.
Eddie Murphy turned up. And
in 1985, Eddie Murphy would have just hit it big with Beverly Hills Cop. He would have just hit the heights, wouldn't he? So
and Terry said that was it for him. He got to meet Eddie Murphy.
Job done.
Because they were filming. He got to meet him. So it was like.
And then I had to go and meet Mike Christopher from Dawn of the Dead. I mean, how could I not meet the Hare Krishna zombie from Dawn of the Dead? So, I mean, I feel really lucky, and we had a great conversation with him. He's a nice, quiet guy.
They were lovely.
Very, very nice, quiet guy. He was probably the quietest out of all of them, wasn't he? That we spoke to. He was just a lovely fella, and of course, he's not changed, has he? He even dressed up as the Hare Krishna zombie for the professional photos, and he just looked the bloody same. Apart from he's got a bit of a beard now. But yeah, Mike Christopher, lovely guy. I was so honoured to meet him because again, Dawn of the Dead. I mean, it's Dawn of the Dead, isn't it? So, a couple of selfies. We met the lad from Land of the Dead who gets bit early on, doesn't he? And he was in Diary of the Dead as well. I forget his name. I'll put it in on the editing. You had a selfie with him. And at first I thought he was a pro wrestler because like he'd beefed up something ruthless. I was like, oh, okay. And he was laughing. He was a nice guy. And then we met Boyd Banks. Now Boyd Banks was he was in Jason X's The Spaceship Pilot.
But you know what?
And he played Tucker in the remake Dawn of the Dead. And I said to him, "You were never big." He goes, "No." But he jumped straight into Ken. He looked at me and went, "No, Dave." He goes, I was never bit. And you could just ad-lib to him, and he'd ad-lib back.
But you know what was funny was, Mia got on to the fact about him being
in Jason X. Because Jason X is Mia's favourite Friday.
Straight away.
And she goes,
he's Jason X.
She goes, there's the captain, there's the guy who flies
from Jason X.
The spaceship with Jason X. And I went,
she got onto it straight away, didn't she?
I said, but he's the butcher from Land of the Dead. And she went, Dad, I need to have a selfie with him. So she went over, and he was lovely, wasn't he?
He was lovely.
And we had a great chat with him. We were talking about Dawn of the Dead.
He did one selfie, didn't he? And then he did the one where he was biting her head.
He did, because you paid for a selfie. Again, it wasn't anything near what you'd expect. But then he said, we'll have two. Because he had one of him smiling with Army, and I said, I'll put it in. And then he had one of him, he grabbed her head, he was biting her head. And she said to him, "You're in Jason X," and he sort of took a step back because he never had any prints of Jason X.
Nothing of Jason X.
And he went, That's right, I was. I was in Jason X. He said, I was a lot younger then.
Yeah.
He said, but I was in Jason X. So our meal was made up with him because he was in Jason X. And I was like, I said, yeah, but he's the butcher. And she went, yeah, but he's Jason X. So it was amazing how, and then it was just an absolutely fabulous day. We met some great people.
Yeah,
we met Byron and his wife. Was it?
Yeah, from Atlanta.
What's her name?
Stacey.
Stacey and Byron Stone.
They're lovely. They were lovely.
Their accents, they're from Georgia, weren't they?
No, they're from Atlanta. I could have listened. I could have talked to them all day.
Their accents, their accents were brilliant. And we just hit it off, and we were just having a laugh all day. And Jill bought. Because I said at first, because
it was the last one.
I said, we don't need a bag. We got a million. But the bags we've got in this house, and then I thought to myself, we got all this stuff, so we might as well put something in.
No, hang on. Let's be honest now. I said get the bag because it's the last one they're doing. So you've got to get the bag, the poster, the programme. Come on,
the autographs.
You have to.
Considering we were only going to go to meet Big Daddy, we were only going to go originally to meet Big Daddy for our Mia. We ended up meeting Mike Christopher.
He's lying.
We met
He's lying.
Terry Alexander.
Because he's a big George A Romero fan.
Of course.
And there was no way he was walking out of there with nothing.
But we had to because it's George Romero. Plus, it's the last one. So
you're making it out like as if you were going to go there and do nothing when you grew up with this stuff and you loved it from child. So why would you?
I regret leaving a tenner tip for lunch as well, which
we did it by accident.
I couldn't see nowhere. Then they give you the thing, they give you the machine. I said just press there, and I pressed and it went recalculated, and there was an extra tenner added to the bill. I thought,
and he went to me, I've just paid them extra.
I've dropped because there was already service charge on there.
Oh no!
And that was something like a £5, and so
expensive.
So I got like 20 quid out of me for just give them 20 quid. I thought that could have gone towards Terry Alexander's autograph or Jarlath's. Never mind. Anyway, I think that's it for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. Us wittering on, but we had a great time, didn't we? We had a really great time. So
it really goes.
Yeah. So we're gonna leave it there. Yeah, we're gonna leave it there. We're just gonna leave it there. So say goodbye. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you again. Probably.
We'll see you again. There will be.
No, just end it there.
Yeah,
end it there. We'll see you again, people. Bye.
Bye.